1,500-word essay due tomorrow, no exceptions, and I want it handwritten, in cursive, in pink ink. Mrs. Periwinkle, my 10th grade English teacher, was having a week. Or maybe a life. I don't know. All I know is she was suddenly enforcing rules we didn't even know existed, and her favorite target was me, apparently because I breathed too loudly or something. The aforementioned essay was on the societal implications of Flannery O'Connor's grotesque realism. Riveting stuff. Normally, I'd whip something up the night before, get a B+, and move on. But Mrs. Periwinkle had other plans, namely turning me into a human fountain pen. Handwritten, in cursive, in pink ink, she declared, eyes gleaming with what I assumed was the pure, distilled joy of bureaucratic tyranny. No exceptions. Challenge accepted. I went straight to the store and bought the biggest, most obnoxious bottle of pink ink I could find. Think Pepto-Bismol, but liquid. I also invested in a fountain pen with a broad nib, the kind that lays down ink like a Mississippi River delta. My handwriting, already atrocious, was about to become a pink, swirling, illegible mess. That night, I started writing. Slowly. Deliberately. Each letter a painstaking exercise in exaggerated loops and flourishes. I wrote my name in giant, ornate script. I drew little hearts over their eyes. I added unnecessary swirls to the ends of words. It looked like a lovesick Victorian teenager had vomited cotton candy all over my paper. But here's the thing, I actually put effort into the essay. I meticulously researched O'Connor. I crafted eloquent sentences. I even managed to sprinkle in some insightful analysis, albeit buried beneath a thick layer of pink, cursive absurdity. The next day, I presented my magnum opus to Mrs. Periwinkle. She stared at it, her face slowly morphing from smug satisfaction to bewildered horror. What is this?" she stammered, picking up the paper as if it might bite her. The ink was so thick, the paper crinkled ominously. "My essay, Mrs. Periwinkle," I said, with the most innocent expression I could muster. "Handwritten, in cursive, in pink ink. Just as you requested. No exceptions." She started reading, her brow furrowing deeper with each passing sentence. The sheer volume of pink was assaulting her senses. The overly elaborate cursive was giving her a headache. And yet, the words themselves were good. Damn good. I could see the internal struggle raging within her. On one hand, the presentation was an abomination. On the other, the content was undeniably solid. She couldn't fail me. Not without looking like a complete and utter fool. She sputtered, coughed, and finally mumbled, "Well, the handwriting is atrocious. But the content is acceptable." She gave me an A-. An A-. For an essay I'd written the night before in pink, swirling cursive. But the real fun was just beginning. Word spread like wildfire throughout the school. Everyone had heard about the pink essay. Kids started showing up to class with pink pens. Not the cute, pastel kind, but the offensively bright, "I'm declaring war on your eyeballs" kind. The next assignment Mrs. Periwinkle gave was a research paper. Guess what color ink everyone used? Pink. Guess what style of handwriting everyone adopted? The most ridiculously exaggerated cursive they could manage. Mrs. Periwinkle looked like she was about to have a stroke. She tried to ban pink ink. She tried to ban cursive. But she couldn't. She'd set the precedent. She'd declared no exceptions. And now, she was drowning in a sea of pink, swirling, cursive chaos. The entire class had weaponized malicious compliance. And it was glorious. The pink ink fad lasted about 2 weeks, until Mrs. Periwinkle finally snapped and declared that all future assignments had to be typed in Times New Roman, 12-point font. But those 2 weeks. Those were the best 2 weeks of my academic career. I'd won. And all it took was a bottle of Pepto-Bismol colored ink and a healthy dose of spite.